Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nicole Williams.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. We want to get right to live team coverage of those two bills aimed at protecting Alabama families. WAAY 31's Brittany Harry is standing by to tell us about the Safer Internet Day.
But we want to begin with WAAY 31's Nicole Zedek tonight, who learned more about that state proposed bill that would require drunk drivers to pay child support to families impacted by fatal drunk driving accidents. Nicole, you spoke to the representative sponsoring this proposed bill. What made him write it?
It was inspired by one grandmother's really tragic story that took place about 500 miles from here. She lost three family members to a drunk driving accident back in April. And now she wants to make sure that anyone who chooses to get behind the wheel while under the influence quite literally pays for the children, any damage that's left on them if their parents are lost in that accident.
I believe in all my heart it's going to make a change. And it's going to keep other families having to suffer what we suffer every day.
It's been 10 months since Cecilia Williams lost her son, daughter-in-law, and 4-month-old grandson. They were hit head-on by a drunk driver, leaving Cecilia's 2 other grandchildren without parents.
When they get older, they're going to see, even though a tragedy happened, their parents and their baby brother has helped other people.
She's using her tragedy to create change, with a law named after her 5-year-old grandson, Bentley. The law would require drunk drivers to pay child support for the children left behind after a fatal drunk driving crash.
They're not just going to remember, oh, I did this. They're going to remember them kids, and somewhere along the line, it's going to hit them, oh my gosh, these children don't have their parents anymore, and I'm the cause of that.
She's from Missouri, but hoping to make a nationwide impact, which is already being felt here in Alabama.
This is an important piece of legislation for our victims.
Representative Proncy Robertson, who represents Lawrence and Morgan County, was inspired by Williams' story and recently introduced the DUI and Child Compensation and Recovery Act.
There she is as a grandmother taking on this new responsibility of financially supporting who is literally the living victim of this DUI accident.
A nationwide fight against drunk driving that all started with one persistent grandmother.
I could not be more grateful for every single state who has picked this up.
Now, multiple states, including Missouri, Alabama, and Tennessee, all have introduced bills pretty similar to Bentleys Law. And Tennessee is actually the closest to making that bill become a law. They could vote on it as soon as tomorrow. For now, reporting live in Huntsville, Nicole Zedek, WAAY 31 News.
Nicole, thanks. The proposed bill here in Alabama is still in the early stages. Now that it has been introduced, Representative Robertson says the next step is to go to the House Judiciary Committee. He says he's already seen a lot of support from other state legislators.